Wow, there's a lot of people here. I'm not going to need these yet. I'm not all that good at this, but I'll do my best. Mike to me, well, he was my stepfather. He was my mother's husband. He was Grandpa Mike, or he was Pop-Up. And him and I, in times when we would have our own conversations, would joke about what his relationship was to me and to my brother. And we referred his role as consigliere. It just seemed appropriate. I remember the first time I met Mike. I'll tell you, it was a long time ago. My mother was having a performance. She was organizing a performance of, Meet the Professor or the, band leader or something. It was dancing, I'm not sure. And we had some time, and we went out to dinner. And it was the first time I had met him, and we sat across the table from each other, and there I was. This is, going 23 years ago. And I said, now, what are your intentions with my mother? And he's looking across the table, and he told me this story later. He says, now, who the hell is this punk-ass kid asking me about what my intentions are with my mother? Well, that was half my life ago. And I'll have to say his intentions were certainly in the place. Several years later, I met someone, and we got married, and my wife at the time had a son from a previous marriage. And this is a funny story. I'm not sure how many of you he's ever shared this with. So he's sitting there with my stepson, Nicholas. And there's a friend of his sitting in the room, and Nicholas is on the floor, and he's playing with the dog. And he's trying to explain the relationship. Who is this kid? Well, he's my girlfriend, soon-to-be wife's son's wife's son from a previous. Nick looks up and says, "Yeah, that's my grandpa, and he's got a dog." And one of Mike's famous sayings was, "Every dog should have a boy." So that was always one of the things and there was another little known genetic discovery that Mike made. And it couldn't be a better place to identify it here at MIT, And this was step genes. So any accomplishment that ever occurred in the family was, oh, well, step genes. I must say that I feel truly blessed. I had the opportunity to spend some time with Mike shortly before he passed, here in March, a couple weeks before, for a couple of weeks, just before I moved back to California. And I had the opportunity to hear many of his stories, and I'm sure many of them included many of you in this room. Because the man could tell a story, man. I'm telling you, my life has been so enriched, and I will miss that. I will miss his advice. I mostly will miss his ability to listen. And he's been there for me in so many ways. I hope that I will have the opportunity to pass on to him the way he always was able to pass on to me. Thank you.